Raw was in Lexington, Kentucky tonight, and the show was being built around Alexa Bliss announcing the Money in the Bank participants from Raw for both the men's and women's sides. We start the show off with Alexa, who looks great as always, just unbelievably attractive. It's a special moment of bliss. She's going to announce who's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder matches, and first she announces the woman. What you have is she announces the men. She announced women later. You have Braun Strowman, who's last year's winner. You have Ricochet, who's going to be great in a ladder match. You have Drew McIntyre, who's probably the favorite, and you have Baron Corbin. I'm just going to skip over this. You have all four of them come out. They all talk shit. It's horrible. All it's the same promo. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you. All these fucking WWE promos absolutely suck. It's the same fucking promo every single fucking week. I'm better than you. I did this. I beat this guy. It's same old shit. Eventually you have a tag match. It's Strowman and Ricochet and Corbin and McIntyre. And you have Ricochet get to actually pin Corbin in the match, and Drew walked out on Corbin. So all we need to see is a Drew McIntyre Baron Corbin feud. If they want to do Drew McIntyre against Baron Corbin, it's like they're trying to set the record low ratings. It's incredible. It's like what's the ultimate? What's the lowest bar you can get to? Drew that has to set. Oh my god, who the hell can try staying awake for that match? Holy shit, McIntyre and Corbin, it's all we need to see. So you have the Usos coming out to the ring, and they have they're about to cut a promo, but they're interrupted by Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, who, if you don't know, they've been taken off the road by WWE. The reason is those two guys are leaving. They're leaving in 6 months. They're unhappy, and they come out here. They're gonna have a match with the Usos. Usos get the win, obviously. Match was fine, but I think Anderson and Gallows, like, there's some heat there, because I think WWE is really unhappy that they're going to leave. So next, you have the burial of a tag team. After the match, you have the Usos talk about how they have footage of Dash Wilder shaving Scott Dawson's back. And the Revival are unhappy. They come out. They're pissed off about it. We see the footage. It's Wilder shaving Dawson's back. Well, it's one of those things. I think the company is really mad at these guys because they're leaving. And I think what's going to happen is something that could backfire on WWE is they become sympathetic figures and the fans start to rally behind the Revival to protest WWE. They're trying to kill these guys because they're furious that they probably turned down money to leave the company. And those guys have been unhappy for a long time. They're very vocal about this. And this is no surprise. So, I guess this is their way of just burying the guys. They have The Miz from Miz TV. I hate The Miz TV. I don't like The Miz. I hate his fucking look. He looks like a heel. That whole red cape and I hate that red band. Well, it's not even a red bandana. It's like that. It's like a Karate Kid. Something you put over your fucking head. I fucking hate that. I hate when The Miz fucking wears that. So Lashley comes down and turns into Miz and Lashley. And you have Shane McMahon cost the Miz the match. Lashley pins Miz. And I'm thinking to myself, is it going to be something like Shane McMahon and Bobby Lashley? But then I also think to myself, what's even the point of even doing the brand split anymore? Why are you going to even bother doing the brand split? You're not going to even count it. You have Shane McMahon, who's supposed to be running SmackDown, appearing on Raw. What the fuck? Why is Shane McMahon on Raw? He comes out, he beats the shit out of The Miz after The Miz loses. He puts him in the triangle, looks horrible, and he chokes him out. It's just horrible. So I guess it's going to be Miz and Shane at Money in the Bank or something. So this was just terrible. One thing I did like was we get to see I'm just going to call them the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. Oh, they're Hanson and Rowe, the War Raiders. Hanson and Rowe. Eric is Rowe, Ivar is Hanson. Fuck that. My God. So they get jumped by the Lucha House Party. Now, I was looking forward to this because I can't wait to see the Lucha House Party get destroyed because I hate them. Lucha House Party, all of them are fucking horrible. All three of them are shit. So they get in the ring and the Raiders fucking murder all of them. They destroy him easily. It's just a squash match. Good. I'd love watching all three of them get their asses kicked. After the match, Hansen hits a good finisher from the middle rope. Looked really badass. So that was good. We have, it's now Alexa Bliss is back on stage, and it's her second moment of bliss. And she's going to announce the woman. She already announced the men, and it's the woman's time. The first woman is Natalya, who most of us expected. The second one is Naomi. Then you have, second one's Dana Brooke. Yeah, then you have Naomi, and then the final one who's going to be in is her, Alexa Bliss. So it'll be Naomi, Natalya, Dana Brooke, and Alexa Bliss. Dana Brooke's fucking horrible. I don't know why people are even supporting her on social media. Fuck you, Sam Roberts. They're going to push Dana Brooke. They love their blondes. You have Lacey Evans, who they're going to push to the moon. There's no doubt in my mind she's probably beating Becky Lynch. Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, who's going to get her monster push soon. Alexa Bliss, who they adore. All five of them. Carmel's not blonde anymore, but all those blondes, it just gets to a point where that's all they want to push. You have Naomi and Alexa get into a fight, and Naomi wants to fight her, and Alexa's still dressed in her leather, and they go to the ring. They have a match, and it was kind of funny because Alexa has to tie her shoes in the middle of the match, but Naomi just destroys Alexa Bliss, hits her finisher. 1, 2, 3, Naomi pins Bliss. The way I'm thinking to myself, or maybe they might replace Bliss later, but even if they do, who really cares? You don't want Bliss in the ladder match because she can't wrestle very well to begin with. And the big thing with her is if she does get hurt in the ladder match, she has a concussion injury. That's not someone you want in that kind of environment. And with her, even though there is situations that they love to push her, I think they might want to utilize her more as a talk show host right now. So it makes more sense not to have her in this match. Also, I forgot to mention there was a Bray Wyatt Funhouse promo that was actually really entertaining before this match. I'm on the Bray Wyatt Funhouse bandwagon now. I'm supporting it. I like it. It's good. I'm really entertained by it. So hopefully Bray gets to continue doing this because I'm really enjoying it. They show Rey Mysterio backstage with his son Dominic. He's still upset with the WrestleMania loss. Becky comes out and they've ruined Becky Lynch. They've destroyed her. They've destroyed her because Lacey Evans is going to get this monster push. They love their blondes. I'm getting to the point I think people are going to turn on blondes because they hate Vince. Every single week it's another blonde. It's all of them. They love their blondes. I don't care. Lacey Evans has killed Becky Lynch. It's not that she's better, it's just Lacey Evans sucks so bad it's dragged Becky's popularity down. She can't cut a promo. She was good on SmackDown, but she can't cut it when she's going against someone who no one gives a shit about. Lacey Evans is fucking terrible. She's fucking shit. God, I see people trying to attack Becky Lynch. You fucking morons, you fucking idiots. You can't fucking see who the fuck this company wants to push. When they're in there with a shitty opponent, you can't elevate them. It's horrible. I mean, Lacey Evans is fucking terrible. She has nothing. She has one of the worst gimmicks I've ever seen. She can't get over with that fucking gimmick, and it's killing Becky, and it's rubbing off on the entire women's division right now. That fucking division's horrible. I'm not going to care. Just get into another fight. Yeah, fucking Hawkins and Ryder beating the Revival. Just let them go. Just fuck off. Seriously, you're going to make them into sympathetic figures, WWE. Just let them go. They don't want to stay. They're unhappy. They've been unhappy for a very long time. They're as unhappy as Sasha Banks, who I forgot to mention was not part of the Women's Money in the Bank match. I don't think she's coming back. She is someone who's not happy. She's sitting at home. She'd rather sit out her contract and come back. What does that tell you? Same thing with Revival. Those guys are fucking miserable. They don't want to be here. Alright, Sami Zayn cuts the same promo he does every week. It's entertaining, but it's like he's done this almost a month now. For a month since the night after WrestleMania, 4 weeks in a row. Same thing, tells the fans to go to hell. Okay, so Shane McMahon accepts the Miz's challenge. You have Miz and Shane at Money in the Bank. Probably some gimmick match. They have, I think it's going to be Joe and Ray again. So, tonight. And Ray pins Joe. After the match, you have Dominic come out. He put his father on his shoulder. So I guess they're going to still do that angle with Joe and Dominic. And the main event segment is pretty boring. It's just going to be a contract signing, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. And these two guys aren't the best promos, even though they're both baby faces. They're both top guys. Neither of them I think are really great on the mic. You have Michael Cole monitoring the contract signing, and you have AJ and Rollins come out. It's not necessarily heel promos. It's just I'm better than you. I'm going to beat you. AJ talks first, and Rollins talks about how he had to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. You're not taking this away from me. And they get into a fight, and Rollins gets the better of him first. He knocks him out of the ring. It looks like Rollins isn't going to stand tall. AJ eventually gets back to the apron, and he hits a phenomenal form onto Rollins through a table, which was a good spot. And it ended up on a good high note. I like the ending. It was a cool visual to end the show with. My only real problem is if you're going to do an angle like this, it makes me want to see AJ Styles and Seth Rollins doing a big contract signing. It would be better on the go home show, not a show that's still 3 weeks away from a pay-per-view. There's still 2 more Raws after this, but as a Raw, it was okay. It was pretty boring for most part. The Revival stuff is bullshit. What they're doing for Revival is just horrible. If you're just going to do that, just let them go. You're going to turn the fans to support them, and when they leave, they're going to get more fan support when they go to AEW. So I don't like what they're doing with Revival. There's a lot of bullshit going on right now. There's a lot of bad stuff. The women's segment sucked. Dana Brooks horrendous. Lacey Evans is fucking abysmal. It's ruined Becky. So there's a lot of bad shit on this show right now. I thought the ending segment was fine. That was actually pretty good, to be honest. That was one of the other high spots. But the overall show, there's so much bad in the company right now. And it's gotten to a point where it makes the show unwatchable, and I expect the ratings to continue to plummet this week.